You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Trevor awards to Travis Hunter. He was the story on Sunday for the Jacksonville Jaguars. It was the Travis Hunter show, and maybe in about an hour span, everyone got a glimpse at why they drafted him number 2 overall a season ago. Let's get you set on a Monday where pads are on and the Action Sports Jax team is at practice.
Monday morning practice getting started inside the Miller Electric Center's indoor facility. This is a big day for football fans because football officially begins. It's not flag football anymore. It's not touch football. It's tackle football. They're not going to tackle in practice. They're going to keep each other safe. But the pads do go on, and that gives you a better chance to evaluate the physicality. Liam Cohen saying that last week. Those early practices were not about physicality. Well, moving forward, that'll certainly be something to watch. Let's send it over to Noah Schlicksup here at training camp.
Well, as Stewart said, the pads are on today, and now is the time to start evaluating 2 key position groups, the defensive line and the running back room. Running back specifically, Jaguars coaches have talked about how it is hard to evaluate these guys until the pads come on. Now is when the real competition starts in that running back room.
Very good. Very good. What's this, like last night? All over again, Hamby? You trying to recreate my show last night on Action Sports Jax Primetime?
Not what's happening.
All right, there's a look at what's going on at camp. Here we go. How about we just get right to camp? And pads are on for the Monday morning session. Obviously, that's the big story. And that means real football starts. You heard Tony Baselli with us on Friday. He's like, okay, we haven't seen real football yet. So people get excited about it. As mentioned, people get excited about everything this time of year. And why not? It's okay to be excited. Everybody's 0-0. Maybe too much positivity coming out of Jags camp. Is that a thing?
Oh.
Is that even for me to say? Like, there's too much positivity coming out of Jags camp? It's almost scary. I just think it's what we do this time of year. Everybody a member of the Sunshine and Rainbows Club. That we've started so very long ago, including maybe Austen Lane, or will he have a dose of reality to share with us? You know, we wanted to get Austen out at practice because he loves the padded practice. That's when the football starts. Seeing some Chris Rodriguez stuff. My kid is texting me one-handed catches from Brian Thomas Jr. Ty all of a sudden wants to go to every practice. He's dragging even Mom there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like 2 out of the last 3 practices. And he said, first text was Parker Washington making another $1 million this morning. And then a one-handed catch has got everybody wowed by Brian Thomas Jr., who continues to have a very nice start to camp. What do you think? We got Austen or no?
He's now going to go interview, and then he'll be right back.
All right. You going to tell me that? Or you want me to just keep trying to bring him in? Hamby, not in the best of moods on the technical side of things today, man. Not going to lie. I'm not going to lie.
You're going to explain to people?
Yeah, I'll explain to people. You remember the Rams game last year with the Jags?
Yeah, it was
like
brutal.
That sucked. It was terrible.
It was just,
We had that last night on the Brent and Austin show.
No,
I mean on Action Sports Jax Primetime.
There you go.
Like we had that. That game was our show last night. Like you go all week and you prep for the day, the show, and I kind of like the show. Not every show you really like. But I was like, hey, it's a pretty good show put together tonight. And then, boom, right off the rip, show sucked. And then it got worse. And then it got even more worse.
Oh no,
it was awful. I think it was more awful for the people behind the scenes and me than it was for the viewers at home, which is kind of at least what you try to make out of it if you can.
Indeed.
But it was bad. So what happened, we had an update over the weekend in our system, our video system. And what we believe is one of the computers that we edited some of the video on, thankfully not
probably
all
half.
The video. It was more like maybe a third. And we actually were pretty fortunate that more wasn't from there. But Saturday, you edited most of the show from one computer that was updated.
Right.
So that worked out okay. On Sunday, everything had been working fine for everyone, and we think the one computer didn't take the update. So we tried to get a Buster Brown story on 3 different times over the weekend, and we whiffed all 3 times. I mean, it was unbelievable. Epically bad. It was so bad. Like I can't fully explain. Like I'm trying to think of what is your equivalent at your workplace of 35-7 Rams over the Jags. Dang. That was it. Now it wasn't the worst show I've ever done. I mean that's by no way. But back in the old days, quick little story about the worst show I've ever done.
Okay.
Young Brent, about 2 years in, not even. I think I was about a year into the business. I didn't anchor a lot of shows like in Providence, but that was my second job. And so, I mean, I was young and not very good. Still ain't, but I was young. At least I'm older now and not very good. And so anyway, that was back in you guys wouldn't understand this, but they actually had tapes.
Okay, Doug. Sheesh.
Right? You wouldn't understand. Tapes. Like there were tapes. Like they were small tapes, but they were somewhat small. They weren't actually super small tapes, but, we had to bring it down to the tape room, these tapes.
Uh-huh.
And this is a show that I got extra time because it was the state championships in boys and girls basketball in Rhode Island, all at the Providence Civic Center. And so I had like 16 tapes in the show, and like the third one got out of place. I don't know if the tape guy put the wrong one in the machine, or maybe we had ordered it wrong. I'm not even sure now. I'll blame the other guy. But that means every highlight from the domino effect was every single game that I was talking about
was out of order.
And of course, I didn't have a clue like how to fix it, and it was brutal. Like I still remember it. Scar tissue for sure. Last night was not that bad, but it wasn't good. Let's just say that. And you went back to watch a disaster this morning.
I did.
Like you were so intrigued by it.
Well, I mean, I saw a lot of texts about it, so I said I might as well.
You saw a lot of F-bomb texts about it. That's what you saw. Like, you woke up to, why is Brent swearing so much?
Yeah, I needed to figure out how bad it was.
Yeah. That is one of my goals at that point. If I'm going to live in misery, I'm going to wake everybody else up on the group text.
You succeeded.
Yeah. So, poor people. I'm not really too sure what everybody could have done about it too. Like I'd like to blame somebody. I just think it was an update of the computer that went awry. Like it didn't work.
Yeah, the first text at 10:38 was this show is an epic disaster.
That was in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so bad I couldn't fix it like in any way. I mean, basically at the end of the show, I was 3.5 minutes under. Like that's 3.5 minutes late. Now, we do a 2-hour show every day. I can talk, but it's bad TV usually if you just sit there and talk for 3.5 minutes. But I had no other choice. Like I just had to talk, but I had to bring up the schedule, which I actually thought was a decent pivot.
That was a decent pivot.
But anyway, all right. Can we get back to Travis Hunter's day? That was a good day. Travis Hunter catches the touchdown. Travis Hunter, catches a long pass, catches another pass, and then he has an interception. You know, it's kind of funny. This is where the positivity stuff comes in on the Jags. This was yesterday. Of course, Pat's come on today. We'll get the report from Jags camp in a moment. But the cool thing about Travis Hunter yesterday to me was, again, that's why they drafted him. Like you saw it, you could see it in a snapshot. You could see the impact on both sides of the ball. You could see the ball skills. 2 of the 3. Now, one of the catches I think I could have caught. It was just downfield. It's a good throw. I think I could have caught. Trevor put it right on him. The other one I couldn't have caught. You couldn't have caught. Maybe not a lot of people would catch it. It was contested. And then the interception was really nice, where he had to go down and like kind of get it down from his like almost his left hip as he was going toward the sideline. So he had to work his way back for it. So it just showed to me his ball skills, but really bigger picture. I mean, this is what the guy does. We know that. I mean, these guys get paid to make plays like that. But the beauty of it was all in this one space of time.
Gosh,
that everybody could see.
What a daggone ball by Trevor.
Yeah, you said that too.
I mean, goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's a good ball and a good contested catch, right? I mean, that's showing go get a 50-50. And there's the pick. I think that's a harder pick than people think, because his body momentum is going one way and he has to go get it.
Right.
Nice throw here. Nice move by Trevor in the pocket. And then again, I mean, that one's right on the money.
I'm sorry, but hold on. Why in the world are we throwing this ball? I see 3 white jerseys.
Yeah, I don't know.
And one, what is that? Is that Quentin? Looked like Quentin.
Yeah, I didn't even look. But yeah, it was good stuff. Hey, so I mean, obviously, it's fun when you see this, right? Like I said, hey, you sold jerseys and you sold some more tickets, or the tickets got more expensive yesterday. We're waiting.
Sure.
I mean, seriously, the Travis Hunter buzz is Travis Hunter buzz. And we really saw it. Everybody's like, wow, it's the best practice he's ever had. It's like, well, maybe. Like, I don't know. We don't go to every practice like in the season. Maybe he's done that a bit. But one we've seen, yeah, I would say so, because you get to see both sides of the football. So there's a lot to like there. And I think it kind of says a lot, Hamby, about what he can do and what he can bring you.
Yeah, I think it's great for him to have a moment in training camp so far. Like, I think it's important for honestly, I don't know how much impacts his personal confidence, because he seems like he's always, the most confident dude on the field, rightfully so. So I don't know how important it is for him, but I think for fans to be like, oh yeah, in case you needed a reminder how special this guy can be, here are just 2 examples, 2 plays in the matter of a couple minutes of what you can look forward to all season, especially if he's playing both ways as much as we think he will. So I think it's a big day for him, and it's also like downfield shots. Trevor's completed really 1 to him in a real game. Obviously Monday night against the Chiefs. The more that you have that in training camp or just in general, Trevor's going to put the ball up to him. That's what we want, but that takes trust and that takes reps. So the more that he's putting the ball up to him and he's coming down with it, I think it's a big win. You need another vertical threat. If you could add one more thing to this receiving core, if you could add another vertical threat, and BT at some points can just be a decoy, and he can be the dagger in Liam Combs' play, and Travis or Parker can take the go route, I think that's a big win too.
Well, I think you're starting to see some playmaking too. Because look, you go back to Friday, Jarian Jones had a hell of a day, right? I mean, he had a couple of picks, another pass breakup. You have Brian Thomas Jr. stacking days, Parker Washington stacking days. Trevor really throwing it well to BTJ. I think it was Thursday. That was the day that really Liam was even raving about. Then you have a Travis Hunter day. And today you have Brian Thomas Jr. again, like a one-handed catch, and Parker doing his thing. What I think you're starting to see, though, is something that I like about a team of the Jacksonville Jaguars that we just haven't had a lot of over the years. Now, we have had periods of this, but not a lot of over the years, and that's playmaking. If you make plays in practice, that's a really good sign that you're going to make plays on Sundays. If you drop balls in practice, right, it's a decent sign you're probably going to drop some balls on Sundays. Like, those things show early. I mean, they do. I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. had a tough early stretch of last season. He also had a tough time in camp at times.
Yeah, he did.
Now, what was different as a year prior, he also had a tough time in camp sometimes, but didn't have a tough time on Sundays. So I'm not saying it always works that way, but I do think it speaks a little bit to it in terms of the basic stuff. This has been an opportunistic defense the last couple of years, really a couple of times in the last few years, going back to Mike Caldwell and even definitely last year under Anthony Campanile. Is that going to happen again? Turnovers don't just happen. You have to get a little bit lucky, but you also have to make them happen. And you have to have the ball skills to be able to make them happen. Again, Jarian has a good day. Travis has a good day. We saw Eric Murray making a play. We have Branson Combs picking off. Like, the Jags are making some plays on defense. That's a good sign. Mm-hmm. So I think, again, those to me are those are the things that you can get a little bit more excited about when you see evidence of it, rather than, oh, wow, look, a great pass from Trevor Lawrence to Brian Thomas Jr. against air. Right. I mean, these guys are getting paid millions of dollars to do that against air. Like, the ball better not hit the ground. So, I mean, that's where we get a little hyperbole and dramatic this time of year. It's like, whoa, look at that. Brian Thomas Jr. caught it 35 yards down the field. Yeah, well, like, he was drafted in the first round. He should. But the playmaking in the team stuff, the one-handed catch today, that's confidence building. I love that. That's where I'm at with Brian Thomas Jr. I talked to him yesterday, and he's confident. You can tell he looks bigger. He just looks, I mean, like a lot of these guys, but he just looks like he's maturing as a pro player. And it looks like he's doing all the right things to get back to that rookie year. And maybe even in some ways better. Maybe statistically not better, but I think better for his football team and better for this football team and better in this offense, which should be somewhat easy because Trevor's better. Liam Cohen, we think, is a better play caller. and the other receivers out there are better. One of the loudest things of this weekend to me, which wouldn't have been said that loudly, you have to listen to it, is Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers saying that he put together one of the best springs he's ever seen in the league. Jacoby Myers is year 8.
Yeah,
he knows what it looks like. He's a smart player. He knows what that looks like. And so for him to say that about Brian Thomas Jr.
Play with Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. And I don't think he's just blowing smoke. I don't think he's doing that. So for him to say that coming off last season shows you where the mentality is maybe of Brian Thomas Jr., the confidence of Brian Thomas Jr. See, those are the things that to me start to add up. And will they pay dividends? Now, I mean, it's a difference playing on Sundays and making it happen. But I like that. So I think you've got some evidence now coming out of camp in the last few days where you can really grab onto. Just to reiterate, Thursday, the Trevor and BTJ connection, where Liam's talking about, man, Trevor made some throws. Baselli on Friday, man, Trevor made some throws. BTJ ran some routes that were like, whoa, okay, that's opening my eyes. Right. Friday, again, Jarian, big day. Sunday, Travis Hunter, big day. One-handed catch from BTJ. And then you've got the consistency of players like Parker Washington, who just obviously keeps getting it done. They're used to it by now. I still think, I asked Udinsky yesterday, I was like, it's a little bit eye-popping. It's like, holy cow, this guy did it again? Like every time you put on the tape, he's making another play. And not necessarily like this circus catch or unbelievable highlight, but just there's something fun about the way Parker Washington is playing ball, even in practice.
Yeah, everything looks cool.
Like I said that yesterday on the slide. That slide catch is just like, that to me is a swagger about a player. He didn't need to slide there. He didn't need to. He was having fun.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just having fun. It's like when Javi Baez is at the top of his game,
It's been a while.
Well, it has been a while, but when he was the best, one of the best players in the game,
and
the most entertaining players in the game, and it's fun. Acuna, when he's on the right, I mean, we see that in sports. You can tell when a guy's just playing with swagger, and I really think Parker Washington has that right now. I mean, he's really doing that. One thing I do want to ask Austen about later when we get him on, I mean, whether it's again, he might be coming back in the studio. We'll definitely at least chat with him, even if it's from practice, as he's catching up with Foye Oluokun today. But you did see the four corners on the field at one time, which was fun.
Yeah.
You saw there was a rep or two that I saw on
Sunday.
Friday or Sunday. I guess it was Sunday. It would have been Sunday. That it was Travis, it was Jordan Lewis, it was Buster Brown, it was Jarian Jones. And so you got that look that Austin's been talking about, right? And it was kind of like inside the red zone too. It was at least at that portion of practice. One thing I did want to mention, a player to keep your eye on. You talk about Camp Darlings. We're going to come up with one on Wednesday. Well, and I know he's a draft pick, but still kind of fits the category to me. C.J. Williams has really been, like, you look up and number 18's making plays. I think Cameron's done that too, but 18 is making plays. And what this doesn't get talked about, if Travis Hunter has a bad day yesterday, this play would get talked about. Because he had a good day, nobody talks about it. But Mullins and C.J. Williams connected on a ball down to like the 3-yard line. That was maybe like a 20-yard pass. It was a beautiful throw and a beautiful route by Williams. Knew exactly what to do. And, I mean, Travis Hunter got beat on that play. But he didn't necessarily, like, get beat. It was just really good execution. I'm not really sure what he could have done.
Sure.
But he did have, it's not like he's making every play out there, but that was just a perfect play. I don't know if he could have defended it. And C.J. Williams, they're talking a lot about the smarts of that guy, the IQ of him. And even on that route, you would say, man, he knew exactly like the right time to sell the move back toward the sideline and just give the DB no chance, right?
Yeah.
So that was a cool play, I thought, in the practice against the guy that was hot that day in Travis Hunter. Good stuff, I think, coming out of camp and some good depth. And those guys are opening eyes now. Cameron and C.J. Williams. We're supposed to catch up with Williams today. I think Stewart is.
Okay.
And I think Mia's catching up with Josh Cameron tomorrow. But Jacoby Myers is very, very high on both of those players and just how, like, advanced they are early already and hardly make a mistake. So, like, C.J. Williams doesn't make mistakes.
Interesting.
From a mental standpoint, which I think says a lot.
Yeah, one of the things when you talk about the four guys being on the field at the same time, Buster, Jarian, Travis Hunter, and Jordan Lewis, I think if I'm trying to overreact a little bit with training camp, I'm sitting here, I get 4 or 5 days and whatever, and I'm like, gosh, we might have undersold the strength of the secondary a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, seeing those guys all on the field at the same time, all making plays, and you throw in Eric Murray making a play. It's like, all right, well, Antonio Johnson looks good. Like, we might have undersold it. We might have, it might be pretty underrated here. We might have something. And there's, at the minimum, there's depth. And I think that's probably somewhere where I was wrong, or at least I know that I undersold it because I wanted the Jags to draft a corner. Just because, and you wanted them to draft a safety. I wanted them to draft a corner more so because my thought was, well, if Travis Hunter's not able to go or he's hampered or whatever, I don't know that I love your depth out there. And I felt like they needed more of a security blanket. Well, now I really don't feel that if Travis Hunter is, maybe just hopefully not, but if he misses a game or misses some time, like you got answers there.
Yeah, I think you do have answers there. And I'll tell you what, the Muhammad kid is the one that's played pretty well too. And there might be some others. I mean, because Braswell last year,
right. I
do think they have depth there. I don't know who said it. I don't know if it was Duval23 in our chat or someone else. And sorry, I don't remember exactly who. But when they said, is this the best since Ramsey, Colvin, and Boye, like we had that discussion. I was like, oh, yeah, they are. Mm-hmm. That probably is true. But what I guess you can start to wonder about, and this is hyperbole right now perhaps, but also when I talk about reaching the ceiling, this is what has to happen a bit. And can they be better than that? Now, I don't know if you're going to have a better year than that group. Because, again, Boye was unbelievable. Boye actually statistically was better than Jalen Ramsey in 2017, right? But it's bigger than that to me. What the Jags want to be able to do is they need those guys to cover a beat longer.
Right.
Because they think Josh Hines-Allen could have had 15-plus sacks if they covered a beat longer. Like,
sure
they really do.
True.
Now, I mean, he was that dominant. He was that close. Now, not to say it was all on him, but he could have maybe got more on his own. But the bottom line is I think you get the sense, and that's why they made a change at DB coach, is, hey, they're going to play a little stickier coverage in the secondary, and that's going to allow that pass rush a little more opportunity to get home. And I think you're right. I think it could be a very good DB group. Mm-hmm. I actually thought about it this way. I mean, obviously Jarian, you could play him inside or outside like now. And again, the outside experiment early on last year, I think had mixed results. The inside, we know it's really good. So you can, but what I think about where that comes in handy is not just if they play the dime, say, but also if they want to give a little bit more of a rest to Travis Hunter. Like he doesn't have to play every snap on defense.
Exactly.
If they want to in a week utilize him more on offense, you feel good about putting number 4 out there. Now you got to get used to that with the eyes, but that still is weird to my eyes. Every time I see Jarian, I think he's Tank Bigsby.
It was 22 last year?
He was 22 last year.
Yeah.
Who was number 4 last year when Bigsby left?
Oh, man.
Nobody was. Nobody was. So, yeah, 4 looks weird to me. Like my first reaction the other day when I saw it, this is about me getting old, but I was like, why is Tank Bigsby playing defense and why is he here? That was actually like a thought I had.
I don't think Tank was even for his rookie year. I think he transitioned to that after his rookie year. So I wonder, because I thought he was in the 30s when he first got here.
He might have. I think he transitioned, though, after like OTAs. I'm pretty sure. If he did that, I think it was right after OTAs.
Okay.
I don't know. But let's see. What else we got? We got in the chat. It was Duval TV or 23. Okay. But anyway, hey, I like the secondary as well. I like what's going on at Jags camp. I mean, how do you not? You got to love it. Let's catch up with what Liam had to say today. We'll also have an interview with Foye Oluokun with Austen Lane. I'm interested in that, how deep diving they go. And we'll get a report from Austin when we come back. Let's take a break. Brent and Austin show on a Monday. A lot to talk about. How the Jags look. Again, my kid's all excited. He's going to practices now. Had never been. Now he wants to sign up for all of them.
He's never been?
He had never gone to practices. I mean, they go to like the scrimmage in the stadium or something.
Yeah, but they're season ticket. I mean, y'all are season ticket holders, and he never misses a home game, and he's never been to a training camp.
Yeah,
practice?
I mean, he's like all in on the Jags, but never been to camp practice. And I mean, maybe. Well, up until 2 years ago, they're starting school soon. But they still
right.
could have got that practice. I think the idea, I mean, it kind of was like this before the new place. I mean, it's hot as hell.
I mean, yeah.
You
I
know,
guess
it's like, why go out there? But now it's like, I think I told you this. My wife said, and Ty said, it's unbelievable under that, under the cover and with the fans.
Oh, yeah.
I said it's so
Big
comfortable.
fan.
Like, didn't sweat at all when they were there the other day. And been a little fortunate, actually, with the weather. You're getting a lot of, like, some rain and also cloudy skies and overcast. So I think they've been a little bit fortunate on the heat side of things so far. And even the temperature is down a little bit compared to the last couple of weeks. All right, we got First and 10 training camp tonight, 11:15 on CBS 47, Fox 30. Listen, you know, our business is a little bit like being a Major League Baseball player. You get another at-bat tomorrow.
There we go.
You know? So we sucked last night, and hopefully go 3 for 4 tonight.
Let's go.
On First and 10 training camp. We're going to bounce back in a big way.
Attention Jacksonville drivers, we heard you loud and clear. You told us oil changes were taking too long, and we listened. That's why we're proud to introduce our brand new Nimnik Express service. We've added additional staff so you can get your oil changed without ever having to book an appointment. Just pull into our express lane and we'll take care of it. In the neighborhood, running errands, just realized you're overdue, just stop on in. No appointments, pull in, get out, get going. Nobody but Nimnik.
No one does it better, plays harder, or delivers more sports than CBS 47, Fox 30, and streaming on Action Sports Jax 24/7. The only local, multi-platform, round-the-clock streaming sports show in Jacksonville.
Yeah, thanks, Brent and Austen. I really appreciate you having me on.
From high school football, college game days, the AFC,
Wide open, caught for a touchdown.
the NFC,
He gets there, touchdown Seattle.
the PGA,
Unbelievable.
World Cup soccer, NASCAR,
Denny Hamlin, big time victory in Nashville.
baseball,
Ball deep center, Edmonds going back, the ball is going long.
local Jag shows,
You can feel the energy in here. There should be energy. Jags are in the middle of a playoff race.
and of course, your official stations of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Lloyd, pick six, breaks a tackle, touchdown Jacksonville.
We have all the sports, the exclusive interviews,
We got the best fans in the NFL.
the biggest games, the live events to help make your business soar. So hold on and see why live sports is where you need to be on CBS 47, Fox 30, and streaming on Action Sports Jax 24/7. Get in the game.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
What a throw! Touchdown, Jaguars!
We're coming for you.
They're gonna get him on the ground, and that's gonna end the ball game. We showed no mercy. Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Touchdown! Duval! ETN is gonna take it all the way.
Right here on CBS 47.
CBS 47.
Right here. Your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And the Jaguars strike first.
Go Jags.
It can be a silent killer. But awareness is getting louder. Blood clots take more lives each year than car crashes. And just like driving, you have to be defensive. A few easy ways to protect yourself or someone you love are to learn your Caprini risk score and ask your doctor about your blood clot prevention plan. Emily's Promise is a local nonprofit named for Emily Atkins, a young woman from Fernandina Beach who died after a preventable blood clot following a broken ankle. Her legacy is now driving change across Florida. The Emily Atkins Family Protection Act strengthens how hospitals screen for clot risks and train staff to recognize warning signs. Blood clots can affect anyone, including athletes, and the signs can be easy to miss. So be aware, be defensive, and help beat a silent killer with loud attention to risk factors and symptoms. Learn more at emilypromises.com. That's emilypromises.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Now we take a little break from Jags to talk about everybody hating the Dodgers.
Oh, my gosh.
The Dodgers, I never hate the Dodgers. I had no reason to hate the Dodgers, right?
Cancel it.
But now everybody hates the Dodgers, so I'm kind of on board. I get it. But why isn't anybody else doing any of this? Why are just the Dodgers doing this? I mean, the Rays go and get Peralta for about the same haul that the Dodgers got Skubal for.
I'm so tired of it.
I mean, seriously, they didn't give the highest prospect away. I think it was depends the rankings you want. But Skubal was in the mix, apparently, with the Rays going back a couple of weeks. Why didn't the Rays just give a little bit more up? They must just had a threshold. They wouldn't do it. But
because Freddie Peralta is not on a 1-year deal.
Well, so they get control. So they don't want to do it. Yeah, philosophically, they
don't want a
don't
2-month rental.
Yeah.
The Dodgers are really the only team that has the prospects to be able to do that.
But isn't this the greatest time to be a rental? You might not even play baseball next year.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, go for it. It's almost like the COVID year, it feels like. Next year is going to be a mess in Major League Baseball, and the Dodgers are helping it out. I do wonder, it feels like there's something more to this that, I'm just coming up with conspiracy theories that, the Detroit ownership group was like, hey, we're going to make this look, the Dodgers are going to get them, and this is going to get us to even more to a lockout. We're going to have owners on our side.
No doubt.
I mean, fans on our side, on the owner's side. So it's almost like they're posturing by saying, go ahead, Dodgers, win it all this year and get every good player possible.
Yeah.
And so here you go.
I mean, hey, if that's what it takes, honestly, Brent, I was this way when they signed Kyle Tucker.
Has Tucker done anything?
No.
Nothing, right?
But
I thought that was a stupid move anyway. $30 million a year for Tucker.
60
never made, or $60 million a year.
Yeah.
Never made sense.
But
he's so overrated.
The entire MLB world, other than Dodger fans, had the exact same reaction to Skubal as they did Tucker. And the saving grace was, well, if this is what puts it over the edge to finally get a fix, I guess it is what it is. So now Skubal is the second edition of the exact same thing. Obviously, Kyle Tucker hasn't really panned out. But it's, again, if this is what it takes to finally get this fixed in the offseason, I guess. But
I feel like that's what this was.
Nobody's beating them.
I don't buy that either. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. First of all, Ohtani's probably not pitching. That's part of this. And, yeah, it's baseball, man.
Pitches.
I don't care. Yeah, it's baseball. I don't believe whatever. That part I
Brent,
don't believe.
Before today, or before yesterday, I still was right there with you. The Braves, maybe if they get hot, whoever gets hot can beat them in the NL, or maybe, who knows. Now, I just don't.
Yeah, I get it.
It's an all-star.
First of all, I understand why it would be silly for me to say that. I understand that too. I just believe in the sport of baseball being an equalizer, and I still think that can be and is the case. It's just not this in hockey.
That's 5 of the best 8 pitchers in the National League.
Yeah, it is.
5 of the best 8.
It is, but it doesn't matter because it's whoever is healthy and good in October for 10 days or 2 weeks. That's what happens. That's a sport. That's sports. So Yeah, I don't think they're bulletproof. I do think they're unbelievable, and I get it. But
I can't imagine Dodger.
I can't
fans
believe
were
they're
just-
plus 125 to win the World Series is insane. This time of year, August 2nd.
People should honestly. I think people should be betting the Dodgers.
Well, yeah, probably not. Bad bet. That's still plus 125.
It's not a bad bet. I don't. Think.
Yeah, it's not a bad bet. I wouldn't say that. Yeah,
They should
but
be minus odds.
that is crazy in baseball, though. That's how wild
it's
it is.
absurd.
So I asked this question, all right, because I'm a Red Sox fan. By the way, just swept the Dodgers. Red Sox are hot. I mean, holy cow. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm not going to jump on board. I watched more of the Red Sox last night than I had probably all this year.
Bruh. They
But-
literally won 14 games in a row and you didn't watch? Or
Well, I was
15?
watching a little bit, but I'm telling you, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I couldn't name their lineup 2 months ago.
Cedane Rafaela is hot.
He is hot. They are hot. They're a good defense. Again, I've been paying attention a little bit more, and they are they're built pretty well. They're actually in a bit of a pickle because why would you mess anything up right now?
Right.
But they still could make moves, get another bat, talking about a shortstop, his story coming back, all this stuff. So why would you mess it up? Well, the reality is they've won 23 out of 27, and they're probably not going to stay on that whether they pick somebody up or not.
Right.
Right? They're not going to stay that hot. But it's unbelievable with the Red Sox. To go out west and to do what they just did, I think they took 3 out of 4 from the A's, I think. And now they just swept the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. By the way, there's nobody at Dodger Stadium last night. Did you see that game?
No, I didn't.
Why?
There was nobody there?
Red Sox Dodgers, there was nobody there. Unless the wide shots were lying to us. Weird. But Stewart noticed it too. He
Speaking
really
of
noticed
wide
it first.
shot, we'll have to talk about the wide shots lying to us when it comes to SummerSlam when Austen comes.
But anyway.
Big time.
So I asked this question as a Red Sox fan and for Mets fans, because those are probably the 2 biggest fan bases that hate the Yankees. Fair enough?
Sure.
Red Sox and Mets. If you're a Red Sox or Mets fan, have you reached the point where if the Yankees and Dodgers play, you'll root for the Yankees?
Oh.
Is that how disgusted you are with the Dodgers? Is that how much you want them to lose? Because right now we all hate the Dodgers. We want them to lose. All right, get out of here. But enough. I wouldn't say that. I'm not picking the Yankees, but I think I talked to a Mets fan yesterday. Right now, yeah, I'd root for the Yankees. So
The only way I know it would apply it is myself. If the Mets or the Phillies were in the NLCS against the Dodgers, I'd root for the Mets or the Phillies.
okay, fair enough. So you would.
I would.
All right.
Absolutely.
Really? That says a lot to me. Because, listen, I hope the Yankees lose more than I hope the Red Sox win.
I think I'm
that's
with you.
where I am in my life.
Yeah.
From a fan point. So I can't get there. I still can't get there. I don't hate the Dodgers enough for that. I can't. I'm just being honest. But I think it's that fact that you have to even think about it. And the fact that you would say that, I think, says how loudly people are disgusted about the Dodgers right now.
Dude, I think
And they're a likable team. They got Freddie Freeman. They got Mookie Betts. I mean, Ohtani's a likable guy when he's not betting. But I think they're a likable team.
what a stretch.
Well, that's 30 for 30. I got to see that. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't watched it yet. A good buddy of mine who's a Dodgers fan texted me Saturday night as soon as the trade goes down. I'm like, bro, you can't even be that happy with this. You have to know at this
Rip
point.
doesn't usually check in until a little bit later. We missed him with the final hour of the show. He's usually a 12-1 guy.
Yeah.
But he's a big Dodgers fan.
Right.
And, listen, I get it. It's you against the world right now, right? I mean, it's the way Yankees fans have been forever, or Duke fans. So I kind of get it. But I also agree. It's come on, man. It's just feels dirty. But it also, I don't know. I will say this in defense of Friedman and the Dodgers, and I think Dave Roberts said it. Why isn't anybody else doing it? I mean, it's not like they're the only team that could do it. They didn't give up their top 3 prospects and then pay $200 million for this trade. It was actually a reason. They won the trade. Everybody said it. So why didn't you, if you were a contender, Red Sox, Yankees, Rays, Houston, you couldn't make a better offer than the Dodgers?
Yeah, I would have loved to see if the Braves made out an offer.
If everybody thinks the Dodgers won the deal and didn't even give up that much, then why didn't somebody jump in and give up some? That's what I don't understand. And I think they're right in that part. They could do it if they want to do it.
Right.
I mean, to that point, I don't know if the Dodgers and all this pushing, do you see the money they've got pushed down the road?
It's over Bill.
Now, at some point, I'm assuming that's going to kill the Dodgers in 2035. Who knows what the landscape is like? But they're paying people forever.
Right.
So does that hurt your finances? I have no idea. I'm not smart enough for that.
Meanwhile, the Braves went and traded for Tyler Mahle and Bailey Falter as our answers to our starting rotation.
Well, I do say this now. I think it's tough if you're the
Please go get Casey Mize today.
if it's tough if you're the rest of the NL specifically. Like, what are you doing? Why would you even make a move?
I mean,
If the Dodgers are plus 125, what are you doing?
yeah, I get.
Like, you're not. It's tough to go all in.
Well, you don't
and
have to
sell
go
out.
all in for a Casey Mize.
Well, I'm just saying that I think that confuses the equation a little bit about it. But anyway, it's like the Dodgers have figured out AI, and the rest of Major League Baseball is like me, and still trying to figure it out. Yeah.
I would pay just like $500 to. I light it on fire for the Dodgers not to win the World Series.
I like that.
I think I would just light it on fire.
Well, I mean, basically, if the Dodgers are, does anybody ever do this, or is this how Kelce works? But does anybody do like the field? Because if the Dodgers are plus 125 to win, the field would be like what, like minus 200, minus 175,
Something like that.
something like that. Like you could take the field of major. Is there a bet like that you can make? That you could make a bet, say, I'll take the field for minus 200. Because then you could light that 500 on fire, but actually win.
I ain't gonna win.
Well, again, I would do that. I'd take the field right now if it was a reasonable price.
Okay, on Hard Rock, the Dodgers are plus 145 to win it all.
Okay,
When there's no field.
there isn't a field bet. Like, is that how Kelce works? That
Maybe.
might be like you can get bet against for or against it. So
Right.
I'm pretty sure. So you could take the Dodgers at plus 145 or no Dodgers
Right.
for minus whatever. I think. But I don't. Again, I haven't been on there yet. Maybe coming soon to the Brent and Austen show
Oh.
on the Action Sports Shacks 24/7 network.
Oh dear. We don't need that.
We
I don't need that.
you don't need that. You've already got like 3 bets in
That's right.
for football season.
Come on, Ole Miss.
Week
Come
4.
on.
All right. Did that satisfy your baseball?
Yes.
You good?
Yeah.
You good? No, I'm not.
Trade deadline's at 6 p.m. tonight.
I'm not talking SummerSlam.
No, I don't expect you to.
I did. By the way, one thing about this, and I don't mind Lou Merlone.
Who?
Lou Merlone is former Red Sox player, and he's actually like he does a lot of stuff on social, and I think he's on like WEEI now in Boston or whatever. But I think he was on the broadcast with like because Kershaw and Hershiser were part of the Sunday night broadcast. You know how NBC's been bringing people in from the teams, and Costas is on there and stuff. And so I think Lou Merlone was like the Red Sox rep. I'm like, couldn't have done better than that. Like Lou Merlone, you just said who? Like,
I don't know.
The Red Sox have a rich history. Like, I don't think you want viewers around the country saying who.
Seriously.
Right? With all due respect
Just
to
go
Merlone,
get
because he
Petey.
is like a favorite, there. Yeah, well, I mean, maybe because of he's got a contract with someone else. The NBC stuff is weird. I said this to Stuart. Because they don't cover baseball outside of Sunday night. Right? So they had a countdown clock for the trade deadline. And it just hit me. I was like, not that after last night I should be telling people how to do TV. But it said 20 hours and counting. And I said, Weber, they can't even pay this off. Like, what at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, what are they even doing on the trade deadline?
Right.
They don't even have a platform to do anything.
Yeah.
Unless they got the NBC Sports. Is that still a thing? The region, not regional, but the national cable, whatever. Is that a thing still?
Dude,
Or did they shutter that down? I can't remember.
don't
But
really
my
know.
point is, like, where are you going to NBC and saying, oh, I can't wait for what they have to say about the trade deadline? Right. You're going to watch MLB Network. You're going to watch ESPN. You're going to watch probably 5 things. That's what, to me, is weird about the Sunday night deal, because NBC really doesn't cover baseball, except they cover it once a week. Much like Netflix. Netflix picked like 3 days to cover baseball. Home Run Derby, opening day, and like a playoff game or something.
Right.
So it's just odd, like when you don't do it on a regular basis, like why is it even on your stuff. NBCSN is still a thing. It used to be like on 450 or something on Xfinity, I want to say. I don't even know what it is on DirecTV, but I haven't seen that in forever. So I'm not sure how you get that. All right, way too much other talk other than the Jaguars. Summerslam, you have to wait till Austen comes back because I ain't talking that. So, what are we seeing out of the Jags other than they're going to the Super Bowl? It is kind of fun to watch, like the tweets, like the way everybody does when I didn't go to practice today. It's just like, holy cow! I mean, these guys are the best team that's ever existed.
Yeah, I see. The thought I had this morning was, man, I haven't seen Rook's name yet.
That's a good thought.
And
give me something negative.
Well, Ryan O'Halloran said.
Oh, there you go. Ryan will give you something negative now.
He didn't, though.
Oh.
He said Cohen had good words about Rook Ororo, in parentheses, would have had multiple sacks in team, and Nate Borkature, quote, I've been really pleased with him. So I'm happy to see Rook's name because I had not seen it previously.
That's a good call, hadn't.
So if Ryan is saying that he would have had multiple sacks in the team drills, then that's pleasing to me.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you've heard B.J. Green has been a little bit of a pain in the butt.
Yep.
I've seen some good stuff about Armstead. Again, that was before pads come on, and somebody asked me last night, "How's the O-line looking?" I'm like, "It's not even worth talking about it."
Right.
Like, or D-line, it's not worth talking about it till today. Now they'll start to evaluate that. So I think that would be something for this week that we're going to really dial in on. Chris Rodriguez sounded like he hit a couple of guys today.
Yeah, ran over
physical,
at least,
right?
Yeah.
You like that? Like, where's the physicality setting in? I was thinking a bit more about my conversation with Brian Thomas Jr. and just how, like, the connection of Liam Cohen saying, "Hey, there's not going to be as many balls in the air," and Brian Thomas Jr. said, he's like, "Hey, we had a lot of deep balls in the spring, but we're not going to have as many in the air during camp."
Right.
And I was really curious as I dig deeper into that. I don't remember people saying that before.
Right.
Covered a lot of training camps now. I mean, a couple of decades worth with the Jags and other teams. And I don't remember that, but maybe that is pretty commonplace. And it just didn't stand out to me because we're paying attention to that connection between Brian Thomas Jr. and Trevor Lawrence so much. But I guess my other thought is why? Like, why can't you throw the ball deep on a few more times? Because you still want to work on that connection. I understand you want to get the running game going and
right.
the physicality part going, but I guess my thought is, are they spending too much time on that? Maybe that connection between BTJ and Trevor could suffer? I mean, it was months ago that was good in OTAs. Are they doing enough? Or am I just making a lot out of a statement? Which it might be the case.
I mean, I just think that they have so much catching, as do all 32 NFL teams, have so much catching up to do in the run game because they legitimately have barely scratched the surface in their offseason of what they want to do, that there's just time allotment.
Yeah, there's only a number of reps. But, well, I think it says a lot. I think it says a lot about the emphasis. I think it says that you want to run the ball, you want to be physical. Like, there's a lot of messages in there, and I understand it. But I also think, I guess my takeaway on that, which hasn't really been dissected a lot, is bringing Pacucci back in, and rejoining him with Cohen, is going to at some point be a bigger storyline, especially if the Jags have success. But it will be a bigger storyline than it is right now. Everybody's talking about Rodriguez. Everybody's talking about Tootin. But I think we are going to get back to the storyline of, hey, remember, Liam and Tampa were the number one rush offense in the league. Pacucci was brought here for a reason. They're their techniques are different. I think Udinski kind of referenced some of that. Hey, you can teach a different technique and install almost a new technique. And so those things, I think, are being done. I just don't really know a whole hell of a lot about what that looks like and not afraid to admit it. So, but I wonder if this does pay off, the emphasis on it this time of year, the Pacucci hiring and bringing him in, I think we might look back on it, Hamby, and say, hey, look at all the emphasis that they put into it. Look what they're doing and the ability to run the ball. I mean, the bottom line is, as much as we get excited about the passing game, and we should, look at the receivers. Look what Parker's doing. Look what BTJ's doing. Travis Hunter's coming down with catches. Jacoby's going to do his thing. Trevor, MVP candidate last year. The bottom line is they really want to improve the run game. And while we can talk about Rodriguez and Tootin, I think who does it doesn't matter.
Right.
The reality is they got to do it. They want to do it. They're going to force it. And I guess I kind of like that. They take something, and everybody does this. I know this isn't super out of the realm, but I guess we know it because they say it, and they're pretty transparent that they want to take something. They're going to really work on it. Cohen talked about it with BTJ last year, in the spring, that we're going to be intentional about the chemistry between Trevor Lawrence and Brian Thomas Jr. Mm-hmm. And what was the result of that? Well, BTJ had a really good spring. They hit the deep ball more than any time last year, they said. Mm-hmm. So if you are that intentional about running the football, what are the results? And you watch, you kind of bookmark this one. You're going to get a point in September or October if, again, things go well, which I think if they're putting this much emphasis, they'll be able to have some good running days. They had some good running days last year, too. But I think we're going to be like, man, I mean, that Pacucci hire, at some point it's going to become a thing. Because right now it's not a thing.
Right.
Like nobody, like Pacucci, who the hell are you talking about, Brent? Well, he's the run game coordinator that was brought over. And I think that's going to be kind of like this hidden storyline that gets out there in the headlines at some point in the season. Jags have to run the ball well to do that. A lot of talk in the chat. Delphonic is back. Delphonic, where the hell you been? We go on a summer hiatus. Hope you had a good summer. And I think he mentioned he put it in the envelope. Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Envelope game on the left tackle. And
said Anton will start at left tackle.
He said, yeah, book it. Put it in the envelope that Anton Harrison will start. Then we get happy to see Anton Harrison getting reps at left tackle. Also, Travis Hunter looked fantastic Sunday. Yes, he did. Yeah, I'm not as convinced on the Anton Harrison stuff. I get it. We were out there for it.
Yeah.
It kind of opened our eyes when we saw it before everybody else even saw it. We saw it indoors. And I don't know. I don't have a strong feeling about it. I just don't feel like – I go back to whatever I think was said in the spring, or maybe it was – I think it was the spring, that they weren't going to do that as much. They're like, nah, we're not really thinking that. Because you know why? They were thinking we got Cole Van Landen on extension, we got Walker Little who's played it, and we got Udoka who can play it. Like, They feel like they have three people that can play it. But now, did they catch something? Did they see something? Was it a Pacucci deal or whatever that was like, hey, let's try this because I don't like what I'm seeing over here. But how would you know that like 4 days into camp without pads, right? Like, how would you know? Like, I don't think so. I don't think you would know that. So I'm not buying the Anton Harrison stuff other than this is cross-training because this is what they do.
Unless CBL's not ready to go week one, then I'd buy it.
Well, I got to – it just depends who – like Cohen was on with us and then talked to O'Halloran
really
the same day. He was confident with us. He was less confident with O'Halloran. It was kind of an interesting quote. If you go back and read that, he was basically like, we'll see about week one. So, yeah, I'm a little less confident in that, although I watched him move last week at practice, so I was like, it looks like he could play tomorrow. But let's just assume for a second. I mean, I guess in this conversation, if you assume for a second that he's not going to play week one, he's not ready to go. You're not going to push it. Week one, we got guys that can play. I don't sit here and say I think Anton Harrison's going to play it. Like, I feel like, why would you do that for 1 week? You can Band-Aid that with Walker Little or Udoka, whoever wins it, and you keep Anton Harrison in his place and let him settle in and not move him around. I think it's dangerous to move people around.
Well, I guess, yeah, if it's only 1 week and they know it's only going to be 1 week, then sure. But if it could be 2, 3, 4, then if they think that Anton's the best left tackle, or the second best left tackle behind Cole Van Landen, well, then they're going to play Anton Harrison at left tackle.
Yeah, I don't. Duval TV says Anton left tackle, Cleveland left guard, Hainsey center, McCarry right guard, unless Pregnon or Wyatt outplays him. Really, Wyatt would be the one. Pregnon, I don't think Pregnon's a factor right now. And Walker Little right tackle. Jump in here, Austen Lane. You're saying,
Anton Harrison left tackle. Yep. Yes.
Why?
Because I think that's his natural position. I think that's where he was drafted to play. I think Cam Robinson being here kind of forced him to play right tackle. And while he's done okay at right tackle, got called out last year in the preseason, and then obviously did his thing. You saw him today during one-on-ones. Didn't lose a rep against some quality players on the defensive line on the edge. And I think when you look at it and you want to – I think Liam Cohen does a great job of motivating players. Well, what, Anton Harrison has one more year left in his contract right now?
It's year 4.
Is this year 4?
I believe so. So if you take that into account and you want to bring out the best in a player, Atlanta wants to play yet, right? Like in terms of position. He was forced into left tackle, and he did great at left tackle.
Well, he was paid as a left tackle.
But once again, this goes back to what Tony Baselli was saying, right? He was paid as a left tackle, sure. But he was also paid as a guy who can do a lot of different things.
He is.
Right? And I think with what you look at his skill set and what he would want to do, like we all assume he's a left tackle because, well, he balled out last year at left tackle because he was asked to. But has anybody put a microphone in front of his face and asked him what he actually wants to play?
No, I think he just wants to play.
Of course. Yeah. So if that's the narrative and you have a guy who's a little bigger, I think a little quicker than Anton Harrison, well, then you put him at left, you put Cole Van Lanen at right, you set it and forget it.
All right, so here's my by the way, he's making $17 million a year, which is like top 12, I think, if I just looked at. Let me just double check that. For left tackles per year, Laramie Tunsil's getting paid $30 million a year. Van Lanen's really 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I mean, really more like 17 or 18. I can't see what number it is exactly, but you get my point.
Am I muted, by the way?
Sorry. No, just tell them to refresh their YouTube pages.
Okay. Refresh. You got to refresh when Austen enters the studio, okay? That's what you got to do. But anyway, left tackle would be a top 20 paid left tackle. I'm going to look up right tackle too. Yeah, I guess I just get a little concerned with the guy who hasn't played it in the NFL and feels like he's coming into his own as a right tackle. Like you don't have a question mark there. And so why start to move things around?
Because you have a question mark right now at left tackle.
For a game,
which is the blind. We don't. Do you know when Cole Van Lanen's coming back?
I mean, again, we were saying that right before you came in. Just depends, like what soundbite you hear from Liam.
Sure.
Like I thought when he joined us, I thought he'd be back tomorrow.
Sure.
when he said to O'Halloran, I thought he'd be back like in October. So it's a weird deal. But I mean, I still feel like you've got to. I mean, you did sign him to play left tackle and lock that down.
Okay. And then he gets hurt. So do you feel comfortable with a guy coming off a pretty significant knee injury, I would say, coming off of a knee injury, protecting the quarterback's blind side or protecting the side where they can see the rusher coming at him?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, I know the answer here. There's so many caveats, like how hurt is he? Right, like I mean, how bad is he? What's the recovery? I saw him work the other day; it didn't look bad, but that doesn't mean you can, offset Josh Hines Allen trying to rush you, right, and bull rush you. I get it. So I mean, there's a lot of questions like we don't know that they would be able to answer.
Yeah,
I said 15 to 20 range, probably 17 or 18 at $17 million a year on the left side. On the right side, Cole Van Lanen would boost up to be like the ninth paid right tackle in the league, so he'd be in the top 10. But that's where the money's different. So to your point, you're still getting paid more to be, but at the highest, Wirfs is getting paid $28 million a year, and Tunsil's getting paid $30 million a year. That's the difference between the left and right tackle. Not much at the highest.
Yeah, I mean, when we're breaking down like how this is going to all shake out, once again, it's really predicated off of when Cole Van Lanen comes back. But like, this is what we know right now. We know Cole Van Lanen's not practicing, and we know there's an opening for a left tackle. And right now, based off of what we've seen, and once again, this is just what I know based off of one-on-ones today against some really great defensive ends, Anton Harrison did his thing. And then you have Chuma playing the right side right now who, has some experience doing that. When Cole Van Lanen comes back, we'll see how it all shakes out. They might put Anton Harrison back at right and then move, Van Lanen back at left. Like, that could be a possibility as well. I just think, like, they're going to ease Van Lanen back.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like, oh, okay, well, you're coming off a pretty serious knee injury. We saw you doing rehab and everything. All right, well, go play left tackle again and be a starter. Like, I don't think it's going to work like that. I think they're going to try to ease him along. So whether the left tackle spot is more of Anton Harrison insurance or whether there's going to be some meat on that bone saying, hey, This our left tackle going forward. I think it's great to have options.
Yeah. Give us some of your other thoughts. Take us to practice an hour in here on the Brent and Austen Show. Austen was on the road today at Jags headquarters, presented by Nimnick Buick GMC, nimnickbuickgmc.com, or right off Phillips Highway. Check them out and get your oil changed. Mobile Express, you don't even need an appointment. Just stop in, get your oil changed, get out of there, and on with your day. What did you see at Jags camp?
So I saw a bunch of stuff. First of all, though, please text Noah because he's not listening to me. Because I interviewed Foye Luke on today.
You did.
It was fantastic. I got the Yale graduate. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I like it.
I got the Yale graduate to say at least 10 swear words. And Noah's concerned, like, oh, Brent's not going to want the swearing in there. I'm like, it's 2026. Swearing is going to be okay, especially from a Yale graduate. So text him to please to keep the swear words in there because I was proud that I made a Yale graduate swear that much. Great interview. That'll be out later.
What kind of swears?
I don't know. Bad language, man.
F-bombs?
No.
Poop emojis?
Yeah, there you go. That's one thing.
Okay.
Hamby.
Yes. Swearing like a son of a gun last night.
There you go. So based off of what I saw today at practice, obviously the first day of practice, people are buzzing a little bit. First team run period. And I'm not sure how in-depth we can get, but guess what? Your boy's going to get in depth. And no, I didn't tweet about it like Noah told me to, because guess what? I can't tweet and then give my analysis at the same time. Okay, it's impossible, man.
It's a gift I have. I get it.
Yeah, Brent, you got it, man. Parker Washington had a catch. Cool. 20 other people said that as well. But go and get your likes up. Who cares? Hamby, I want to go back to me and you had a TED Talk after the Chargers game about Quentin Morris and a certain type of play. Do you remember what that play was?
Was it split zone?
Oh, my man. Split. Hey, no, hang on. I'm getting Brent.
I'm ready. I'm excited. You got me excited.
So we were all celebrating split zone, correct?
Yeah.
It really puts the defensive ends in a bind.
It was a staple for them.
It was a staple for them. They literally crushed the Chargers with that play. I want you to close your eyes, Hamby.
Ran all over the Chargers.
I want you to close your eyes, Hamby. I want you to imagine split zone now out of 13 personnel.
Oh, dear.
And Brenton Strange coming downhill. Because that is what we saw today.
Ooh.
And I talked to Foye about it a little bit before the interview. Hamby. That's gonna be a problem.
That's GG's.
That's gonna be a problem because not only are you putting the defensive end in a bind, but now all of a sudden you're telling the linebackers to go, hey, by the way, we got 3 tight ends out here. Best of luck trying to shore them all up.
Yeah.
So that was noticeable today.
That feels like a free 5 for Chris Rodriguez.
And here's where that comes into
really
play
does.
here. And once again, I spoke on this last week, and this is the problem that I thought it was going to be, and I think it's starting to be a little bit of that problem, but it's a good problem to have. Chris Rodriguez in team run showed why the Jaguars brought him here. Because, it's one thing when you're wearing shells and everyone's on air, you're tapping the hip, and it's another thing when the pads come on. You saw what Chris Rodriguez can do with the pads on, and this was going to be my thing from last week. I feel like Rodriguez is the identity of this run game. I feel like Tootin gives you more of a dynamic look. That's what we saw today. We saw big personnel, split zone, Chris Rodriguez meeting linebackers in the hole, lowering a shoulder and saying, best of luck, I'm going to knock you over, or a safety. And then we saw Tootin where, a little more wrinkle here, a little more outside zone, a little more toss, crack, all that stuff. And once again, showcased his speed. It's 2 different types of styles, and I just wonder once again, and it's a great problem to have, but at the end of the day, these are running backs, and running backs like to know where they stand, and we have plenty of time to figure out where they stand. But I wonder what the plan's going to be. Are you going to go with more of the identity and more reps for Chris Rodriguez, or are you going to go with more of the dynamic look with Tootin? And then, obviously you got Quinn Allen and everybody trying to, sprinkle in there as well. It's a great problem to have. If I'm a fantasy football fan, I'm good.
Yep.
I'm not touching it right now.
Not a single one.
I'm not touching it right now because, once again, I spoke of this many times. It's like the New England Patriots, man. You just don't know what you have right now with that running game. It's good. You just don't know what you have, though. So I thought that was
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it was great today. Because once again, not to say Rodriguez has been quiet. He was quiet for OTAs because he didn't practice.
Yeah.
Right? And even the first couple days of camp, you see him flash here, you flash here. But it's cool to see some when the pads come on, it's like, okay, that's That's kind of the reassurance that we needed of why he's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him hold his little baby. He had 1 month and 1 day old yesterday. I had a picture of it. I should have given it to you. I mean, it's like, it doesn't look right. It's a big dude holding.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually like a football.
Yeah.
Legit. I agree with you, though, by the way. I don't think you're wrong on the Rodriguez front. We all don't know how Chris Rodriguez is factoring in here.
That's what I'm saying,
fair.
yeah.
Like, I mean, again, from the Montgomery stuff to losing Etienne, and trying to figure out what the Jags are, your mind goes to Bashal Tootin and is like, okay, I guess we'll learn a little bit more about Rodriguez. So, I mean, all those things that you just said, I mean, to see him do some of the things, and I saw some of the Twitter stuff coming out there where, looked like it was some physical runs. I mean, that part I think we kind of know down near the goal line, but I feel like it's more than that. It's going to be more than that. And so it's good to hear you talk about that.
And Daniel Kilkenny, listen, this isn't me breaking any news. It's pretty obvious, right? When we talk about the 13 and stuff, when the short yardage, it was Chris Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And then when they went more 11 looks and everything, it was Tootin. Now, keep in mind, take all this with a grain of salt, because when I'm talking about the 13 personnel, I'm talking about the split zone and everything, that was out of team run period. So obviously out of team run period, you're going to get a lot more of short yardage work. True. As opposed to the 11 personnel, sending a wide receiver in motion and everything. It's like the whole team run period, it's more just based off of physicality. You're going to run some plays that you run in a game, but you just kind of want to see where guys are at in terms of their mindset and taking on blocks. And that's what you saw with Chris Rodriguez. I mean, let me ask you guys the question. Would you rather have right now as your starting running back, would you rather have the identity of Chris Rodriguez, or would you rather have the dynamic playmaking ability of a Tootin? And I'll ask both you and Hamby this. And when I say you want both, correct, but I'm saying to start the game out. But I'm saying to start the game out.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I'm trying to be truthful here.
For me, it's still Tootin. He opens up your offense more.
You get excited about Tootin, right?
Yeah,
what he could do.
I feel like when Chris Rodriguez comes in, you're not limited because he can still pass block and you can still draw back and pass and everything like that. But
sure,
you're not going to dump it off to him. Again, we at the 6 career catches.
Yeah.
So I think,
spoiler alert, Hamby, I didn't see any catches today for Chris Rodriguez.
Right. And I hope they try and elevate that at some level. Give us 6 this year at a minimum.
Yeah.
Instead of 6 for your career. But I want Tootin in there because, I mean, that's when I think they'll be most balanced.
That's fair.
Yeah. I don't mind going Rodriguez here, and I'm going to reference 2017. 2017, the Jags said, we're going to punch you in the mouth, and we're going to give it to Leonard Fournette. And now, again, Fournette different than Rodriguez. In my opinion, you can get a lot more excited about a guy picked 4th overall.
Yeah. Well, and ironically, became a really good ball catcher towards the end of his career.
Did. But my point is, I do think tone setting is important. I do think if you're going to say you want to be physical, then busting someone in the mouth and showing that, and that paying off for you as the game goes on in the 3rd and 4th quarter, to me, that says a lot. The Jags were physical last year. I didn't think the Jags got out physical in many games. The Rams were one of them where they just got demolished. But they were the more physical team in a lot of games. Liam Cohen preached that. Tony Baselli preached that. James Gladstone preached that. They did that. They executed that. So if you want to raise that to another level, I'm okay with that. That is football at its real roots.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I can get excited about Tootin. I still don't really know, and I like what Hamby said because I think the upside and the fun and the balance is there. But the Jags have a lot of that already on offense. I mean, they already have BTJ and Parker and Myers and Brenton Strange and maybe throw in Travis Hunter. They've got the guys that can get you excited.
Yeah.
You need the Brenton Stranges, now the Borkachers, and the Chris Rodriguez's, and of course that offensive line to punch you in the mouth. And so I'm okay setting the tone with that, knowing that I'm going to see both guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually leaned a little towards Brent right now, but maybe it's just a recency bias because I was so excited to see the physicality today a little bit. But I feel like you can't go wrong with either, right? I just think when you hear Liam Cohen speak about, taking the air out of the ball a little bit and being a more physical team, that's Chris Rodriguez's MO, I feel like. Not to say Tootin can't run between the tackles because the guy obviously can.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like I said, it's a great problem to have. If you're a fantasy football fan, it's not so much, but like, who really cares about that at the end of the day? Like, I'd rather see this team win than win a fantasy football championship. And I think it's going to come down to who they're playing. I really do. Like, we can sit here and say, okay, Tootin's the starter going forward. I'm going to be the first one to tell you, well, look who they're playing first, and then tell me if Tootin's going to be started for this game, right?
Yeah.
Like, it might be like that for the first couple of weeks until one of them maybe kind of establishes himself a little more. But it's like I said, I think you have two great running backs that do two different things, and that's a good problem to have.
All right, let's do this. Let's hit a break. I want to get some more thoughts when you come back. There's talk about a BTJ catch. I don't know if you saw it. You
That
might
was
have been watching
amazing.
something of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Guess you
also,
saw it.
Trevor's seems to have a little rapport with somebody.
Okay, we'll get on that. And I did want to ask you about what we started the show with, just your overall thoughts, and do you think it's significant at all on Travis Hunter's big day yesterday? Because obviously that had people talking. We will get to our Sounds of Camp, an interview with Foye Oluwakin. I did text Noah and said, I don't know if this was too aggressive, guys. Keep the swearing in the interview, Noah, or Austen will kill you.
Well, easy. It's a little aggressive.
Parker.
Taken out of Parker Washington's book.
Ah, yeah. I like that.
We ain't messing
I like
around
that.
either
I
here.
like that, man.
As we flip to August
Yeah.
on the Brent and Austin Show on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network. Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School. Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Local sports content anytime and anywhere. That's been the vision of the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network as we bring you live events and exclusive interviews just like this.
I'd be lying if I'd have said in 1995 when they picked me that 30 years later I'd be sitting here.
Let's see this weigh in right now. What do we got? Oh, we got a big O. 44.48. There's the moment here.
Lead is 14, matching the largest of the game. Crawford, he did it again!
If we can't do the minimum of making it to the Final Four, then something's really not right.
And it's only growing from there. So join the thousands of people that have been tuning into the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network each week. Download the apps, save the website, or tune into any of our social media platforms as we bring you local sports anytime and anywhere. So come watch some sports with us on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Nimnicht is synonymous with Jacksonville, and now in 2026, Nimnicht is celebrating 85 years of partnerships with you. Longevity equals trust, and you want a car dealership you can trust. Thousands of vehicles sold, generations of families, all part of the Nimnicht family of dealerships. It's nobody but Nimnicht, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnicht Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road.
Congratulations to Jordan Matthews, our committed to the uncommitted player of the year.
Nobody but Nimnicht. They are there for you and your causes, your car buying experience, and they are there for you 24 hours a day at nimnichtbuickgmc.com. Experience professional grade with big inventory and even bigger savings. And Jacksonville's only Car Bravo certified dealership. Nobody but Nimnicht for 85 years. This milestone belongs to you, Jacksonville. It can be a silent killer, but awareness is getting louder. Blood clots take more lives each year than car crashes. And just like driving, you have to be defensive. A few easy ways to protect yourself or someone you love are to learn your Caprini risk score and ask your doctor about your blood clot prevention plan. Emily's Promise is a local nonprofit named for Emily Atkins, a young woman from Fernandina Beach who died after a preventable blood clot following a broken ankle. Her legacy is now driving change across Florida. The Emily Adkins Family Protection Act strengthens how hospitals screen for clot risks and train staff to recognize warning signs. Blood clots can affect anyone, including athletes, and the signs can be easy to miss. So be aware, be defensive, and help beat a silent killer with loud attention to risk factors and symptoms. Learn more at emilypromises.com. That's emilypromises.com. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
There's the man of the weekend. If you thought Tarik Skubal got a lot of trending tweets, I mean, Travis Hunter might have him be here. Hamby, were you at that practice?
No.
Over the weekend? Okay, yeah.
Yesterday.
I mean, based off of what everyone was talking about, Travis Hunter had his go-to practice of his career so far. Here we are working on a little tackle and drill. It looks like, man, it's crazy the technology now of dummies and everything, what you can do with those things. Obviously, working on. Hamby, can we see it one more time, please?
Absolutely.
So, see, this is what we call the Derrick Henry drill right here, right? Travis Hunter put 10, 15 pounds of muscle on, feeling himself and everything. Oh, here comes Derrick Henry to the hole. Let's still go low, please, on Derrick Henry, right? Let's still get low. Let's still take out those thigh boards. Let's not mess around and hit him high. I think that's what we're working on here.
How much do those things weigh?
Dude, like I said, I don't know with technology these days. I have no idea, Hamby. All I know is when we're doing this drill, we just had the giant blue dummies that didn't slide on the ground. So you're just it's kind of an awkward thing. Try not to blow an Achilles in them. And nowadays, man, you hit it, thing's sliding by itself. Pad technology. Hamby, that's what we should get in the business of. Brent wants to talk about inventing an egg truck and everything. I feel like with my expertise, we could come up with some new pads and some new dummies that can be used at practice.
I'm in.
Let's go ahead and file that in the good idea folder.
Okay.
And then have the bad idea folder with the egg truck and all that good stuff, Brent.
Yeah.
Brent Martineau, welcome back.
Which one's more likely?
Us creating good dummies or an egg truck? I'll take our chances.
What would you do though? I feel like they got everything. You remember why am I missing his name? No, you wouldn't. Who was strength and conditioning coach under Urban? Anyway.
I have no idea.
He has his own I think it's in the weight room, or is it the tackle? It might be a dummy, something for your technique on whatever. I don't know if it's defensive line.
Sure.
But he invented one. Okay. And then that was part of
Anthony Schlegel?
Schlegel, yeah.
Okay.
I should know that. I went Creekside. We know him pretty well, and then I just blanked on the name. Sure. I thought that was interesting that he actually did that. Patented something new, and it could have been weight room related, or it could have been football drill related. One of the two.
That wasn't the University of Iowa dude, right? No. He remember
didn't.
the University of Iowa guy they hired and then fired immediately?
Yeah,
forgot about that.
Yeah,
nice job, Herbs. Add that to the tally.
But anyway, what's missing when you say that? Are there some things that you would invent?
Yeah,
that could be better.
I mean, you put me on the spot, but if we're talking about my position and what it could use, the hoop that defensive ends run, or I guess all defensive linemen. So there's a couple hoops, right? Yeah. They call it a figure eight, and basically what you do is it helps your hip mobility, right? Because playing on the line, it's all about hips, especially playing on the corner or on the edge, where a guy with good fluid hips can turn his hips. make the tackle, miss him, and then finish with a quarterback sack. What I would try to invent is that hoop. And you see this with coaches, like they'll put weight on you, but there's like some machine where it's like a giant hoop, and then you have a dummy in the middle that you can like press on the player, so the player can run the hoop while they have weight against them from a dummy running around in a circle. I think you might have something there.
Okay. All right. Let's go to work on. I'll invest.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
An early investor.
All right, Brent. Now it's your turn. What's going to be your first item on your egg food truck? Omelet?
No, probably just a egg and bacon sandwich.
Okay. Those haven't been done before, huh?
Drive-through egg place. It'll work. It will work.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it. It'll happen.
All of a sudden,
it's like mobile oil changes.
All of a sudden, McDonald's is just shaking in their boots.
It'll happen.
All of a sudden, Chick-fil-A is like, oh, what? An egg sandwich? What? What is that?
A little chicken biscuit on there, too. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Just add to the list.
Mm-hmm.
All right, a couple of thoughts. Wait, what did you say? What did you tease before we went to break?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. Was that the only thing you teased? BTJ catch was really good, you said.
It's really great. Yeah. One-handed.
Like the confidence.
Yeah.
That he's playing with. It seems like he's having a great camp. I said earlier, I talked to Jacoby Myers a bit yesterday. Mm-hmm. He said it was one of the best springs he's seen in the NFL a player have.
Okay.
Brian Thomas Jr. Like to hear that. Mm-hmm. So all those things are adding up. I do want in the vending machine business too.
You remember the beachside vending thing we had? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That was my idea. Mm-hmm. I thought.
Yeah, I think it was. Remember? But then we talked about the dispensary.
Oh, that's right.
I had your back on that.
I probably look up vending machines like twice a month and just yet to pull the trigger. No. Anyway, Trevor, what about him?
No, I said he had a favorite target. Well, okay, when you think of like a favorite target. Yeah, that's what I said. So you talk about a security blanket or a favorite target. When it hits the fan, it's usually the first guy that you go to, right? And when you talk about team period, it was the first drive of team period. That guy, once again, and he has the advantage of where he's lined up, but Parker Washington.
I think
you
were going to say that.
So it's, it's kind of like Candyman. You say Candyman 3 times, Candyman. You get, hey, I'll say Parker Washington. Oh, there's 25 more retweets from me from fantasy football fans. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. But no, like it's apparent that there's a really great relationship that's building. Not to say it's not there with Jacoby Myers or Brian Thomas Jr. because, like I said, the great catch. I mean, it was essentially a go route. It looked like, or it might have been a corner, but towards the sideline, Brian Thomas Jr. says, "Why do I need 2 hands? I can just use one." And had a great catch in the rain. Fantastic throw, fantastic catch. But it's evident that Parker Washington is getting the attention of Trevor Lawrence.
We talked a little bit about Parker Washington. It's hard not to talk about him every day, what he's doing. And here are I don't know if I've seen a story develop like this in Jacksonville. Is that hyperbole? I'm trying to stop myself. I really don't, though. I think he's been a nice player.
Sure.
You know what he can do as a punt return man. What he's done since last December to right now is meteoric and unexpected. Like, don't sit here and tell me that you saw this coming. Nobody saw this coming to this degree. We're talking about a guy that they can't figure out a contract because it might be north of $20 million a year. It's just.
Oh yeah.
I have not seen this story in Jacksonville, but the other part of that is he is. You almost have people laughing on the podium like, oh, yeah, but Parker's different. Travis Hunter saying, oh, yeah, but nobody's going to beat Parker in here. Jacoby Myers like, Parker's Parker.
The dude's having sleepovers here.
I know.
Guy's not even going to the hotel. He's like, I'm just going to bring my sleeping bag and I'll just sleep in the locker room. See you guys tomorrow morning.
But that's
crazy.
That's the rep he's developing internally from the people in the building.
Sure.
That says a lot, as you know. And this is pretty wild. It's funny you say that because there was a moment yesterday. I think they did some 2-minute drill stuff in one of the periods. In the first play, boom, Parker Washington. And I said to somebody next to me, I'm like, first guy, first play, get a drive started, right? That's always a big thing. And Parker. So I agree with you. Where everybody right now from last year, what would they say? Hey, Jacoby Myers is his guy. Jacoby Myers is his guy. I don't think it is. I think his guy is Parker Washington. And which means it's going to keep him on the field. But when it's go-to time, when you need a play, I think right now he really trusts Parker. And it doesn't mean he doesn't trust anybody else.
Well,
there's a way to take that out of context.
And let's keep Brenton Strange in that conversation, too, as well.
Well, and that's what I'm talking about. I think he's comfortable throwing to a lot of these guys, and I think he's building a confidence where I'm not sure that was fully there last year with a guy like Brian Thomas Jr.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a couple of blankets, maybe a few blankets to be able to throw to.
Yeah.
But I do think it's pretty obvious that Parker is so much of one right now that it actually entered my brain yesterday that will it become so obvious that teams try to take him away?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the
Parker?
question. Yeah.
No. Not Brian Thomas Jr. on the field.
Yeah.
Can't. Because, I mean, once again, would you rather – well, and actually, now I'm going to go against my own argument. Would you rather die by the death of 1,000 cuts or one to the jugular?
That's Denver.
Well, Brian Thomas Jr. is the jugular, though,
yeah.
right? And like, teams don't like giving up explosive plays.
They don't.
They don't like giving
It's
up the
their
big
law.
play because momentum is a real thing. And that's what Brian Thomas Jr. can provide. Even when he's got drops and everything, and even when he's having a down year, we talk about it all the time. There's a reason why Sauce Gardner was on Brian Thomas Jr. There's a reason why Surtain was on Brian Thomas Jr. because teams don't want to give up that long ball and change that momentum. So they'd much rather have Parker go in the slot, run a 10-yard out, and just die by a death of 1,000 cuts. Not saying that's the way to do it, but that's just what defenses are thinking. So I always think it's going to be the focus on Brian Thomas Jr. simply because that speed is killer.
Yeah, it's just so hard not to notice. I mean, at the start of the show, I said Ty texted me. He's like, Parker just made another $1 million today.
Sure.
Like, that's kind of the narrative right now. I mean, I think he's actually earning money in camp. Like he's like I don't know who has the leverage here. I don't know what the behind the scenes conversations are.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a lot of driving force from the agent to get a lot of money right now with all the momentum with Parker and maybe driving it even too high, I would suggest, but that's part of his job to get as much as possible. But I seriously think it feels like, at least from a narrative standpoint, the Jags are paying on a daily basis that they don't get this done. Yeah. I know that's not the reality. It just kind of feels that way.
For sure. Let's just say let's say that Parker gets over $20 million. Do you think that's good? Like, say he gets paid up around 22 or so. Is that going to limit him at punt returner, or do you still keep him there?
That's a good point. Yeah, I just think it's too dynamic there. I don't think it limits him.
Okay.
But what do you think?
Do I think he's going to play punt returner if he still makes
Forget about the money.
20? Well,
it's just about the
no,
production.
It's got to be about the money, though. Because if you're making around 22 or 23, let's just say, that's wide receiver one. So then do you risk putting your wide receiver one at punt returner? Even though, I mean, the guy's been nothing but short of brilliant at that position. It's just, do you risk it?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying because of the money. I really do. I just think if
That's
he's that productive as well, though, you still have to ask the question whether you're paid or not. Like you don't want him off the field, right? Because he's so valuable and you're risking him in the punt return game. But I say yes for now because I think he's so damn dynamic. What was he, the number 2 ranked return guy in the league last year? I mean, that's a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of his game. I think that's kind of what makes him too. Like I think he wants to be a part of that. It's much like Travis Hunter. Okay, we're going to play him defensively. Well, but you need to play him offensively too because that's where he gets the juice from. He needs to be on both sides of the ball. I think the same goes for Parker. I think that's where he gets some of his juice.
Do you think that's going to make the difference still in the contract? Do you think it's like, well, hey, I'm a great punt returner. You better tack on a couple extra million?
I think it might be part of the problem in the contract. Like, I don't know. I just think it might be part of the issue. How much do you pay for that part of it?
Hamby, what do you think, man? Would you like if you pay him north of 22, 23, are you going to put him at punt returner still?
I mean, I still think part of the reason why you're paying him that much is because of how dynamic he is in the return game, so you have to continue to play him there.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to want to play there. I don't think he's going to be like, nah, like, y'all are paying me, X amount of money, so, protect your investment, I'll protect mine, and just play receiver. Like, part of who he is, part of what made him so special last year was, I mean, what was it, 3 punt return touchdowns, I think, and more dynamic plays than just those. So I think he's going to want to continue to do that.
Yeah, I think do you feel like the teams have gone away from that philosophy a little where it's like, okay, we can't get him hurt in the punt return game or the kick return game? Because I feel like more guys are playing special teams that are super valuable to the team in general, just maybe because there's such an emphasis on being good on special teams.
Yeah.
And so I feel like more players are doing that I think 10 years ago you might have been a little apprehensive about it. I'm not sure of that. I feel that way.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't like. I don't know how many wide receiver 1Bs are punt returners. I really don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I mean, like obviously you feel better at punt return because it's like kickoff return where it can be a lot more violent. Like punt returner, okay, if worst comes to worst and you got to make the fair catch, you're good to go, right? If it's open, then go ahead and take it. Take what they give you. But like I'm not sure like how many like big time receivers are also punt returners.
Honestly, Shaheed is the only one that's somewhat comparable. I think
he's
making $18 million a year.
And to be fair, I'm putting Parker over Rashid.
I agree. 100%,
I get the speed part, but
that's what they traded for him to be.
Yeah,
is their B/just 2 behind JSN, and he's one of the best returners in the league.
Mm-hmm. Am I wrong about this? By the way, have you heard of us? Do you remember a story in Jacksonville, like Parker Washington's? Where the stock is just like it's just gone to a new level. I mean, it's not. This is not the conversation we were having last year. This is not the conversation we were having in October, quite frankly.
I mean,
there are Parker Washington fans. I mean, right away coming out of the draft as a 6th-round pick, there's Parker Washington growth every single year. There's Parker Washington in the punt return game. There hasn't been this kind of buzz, obviously, and I just don't know if I remember it from a player going from where Parker was, say, this time last year to where he is right now.
I mean, I think Josh Hines-Allen getting 17.5 sacks really upped the ante because he was about to get paid.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, different in terms of it came with expectation because it was a top 10 pick.
Sure,
right?
Yeah,
so
but I think he reached a new plethora when he got 17.5.
That's a good call.
But no, it's interesting. So I'm looking at like the top punt returners and everything, and like Hamby, you said is Shaheed. You got Marvin Mims. You got DK from Tennessee. I think was the Pro Bowler. Isaiah Williams, Jalen Lane, Parker Washington there. Then Sky Moore, Cameron Johnson, Jalen Noel, Miles Price, Xavier Smith, Nicky Ramingo, Khalif Raymond. Like none of these guys are even in the conversation. But set aside from Shaheed, but once again, like he was the B-side to JSN. None of these guys are really in the conversation in terms of being a wide receiver 1 like Parker Washington is. So, listen, obviously I think we are all on the same page. We want to see him return punts and everything. But is there also a reason why maybe you have to be a little cautious?
You could police it, right?
Yeah.
Do it every now and again, but you don't want to be rusty over there either. You want your reps and get some things in. But when you need a dynamic play, you can put him back there.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's a huge game, you put him back there.
Well, was Tyreek, before he got hurt, was Tyreek Hill still doing it?
I don't feel like he's been doing it in Miami. I don't think he was doing it. One thought about what I just asked, and I think it would take some thought if you really want to go back, at least in the 20 years I've been here, to figure out a player like Parker, like the rise that is of like that stat, where it started, where it was, where it's now is, and where it could be going. Who knows? But I actually think if you look at the Jags right now, Austin, they've got several of those candidates. You got a guy like Antonio Johnson, boom, jumped up. Buster Brown, 7th rounder, was a nice player. Nobody really knew. It was like, okay, replace Buster Brown, 3 years, $33 million. Boom. Brenton Strange. Everybody's pissed off. He's not doing anything year 1. Yeah. He's not doing much year 2.
He's still a high draft pick, though.
Yeah, 2nd rounder. But, yeah, he's popped. But my point is, these guys are popping in this regime all last year that they really took off. Now, you have to give credit to the previous guys for drafting them, their makeup, those guys doing their own thing to make themselves better as
Trent.
Pros.
Yep.
I mean, you do. You have to. It's first of all, there's identification to get them here, but also the player is responsible for their own growth. I mean, they've got to have the attitude and the want to and everything else. But then I think this regime, to blossom last year the way so many of those guys have, that I just mentioned and probably even more, I think you have to give a lot of credit to the staff. That's put them in positions to excel. And, by the way, make a lot of money.
You think James Robinson's in that mold?
James Robinson's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
By the way, he just worked out for
who was that?
Las Vegas.
Crazy story, man, with him.
Yeah, wild. But that's a good one.
So wild, though.
Still getting a shot, too, which is pretty wild to all these years later in the NFL. Okay, hey, when we come back, we listen to the unedited version, I think, of Foye Oluokun and Austen Lane. And we'll also have our recycled headlines of the day. We'll get a recap of what's going on with Stuart Weber before the top of the show hour and the end of the show. Don't forget, we got 1st and 10 training camp tonight. Got Talk It Up at 2 p.m. here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network as well. Trevor Lawrence looking good, getting in a rhythm. You do feel, just being out there, that this team is far ahead of where they were 5 days into camp last year. Far ahead. And they should be. I mean, they should be. But you do kind of sense that when you're out there, which is a nice thing.
When we say the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network is everywhere, we mean it. If you don't want to see our ugly faces and you just want to hear our takes, listen to the podcast. It's up 30 minutes after every live show. Spotify, iTunes, Apple, Google Play. It's really that simple. Just pull out your phone. I'm on Spotify, Action Sports Jacks. Every episode is right there, split into hour chunks, so you get exactly what you're looking for.
I think it would be a better chance that Branson Combs wins the weak side linebacker spot than Wyatt Milam wins the right guard spot. And that's more because Patrick McCarry has done more in the league.
Stupid take.
He's more.
Maybe you only have 15 minutes before the kids come home. You don't have time to listen to the full show. You're craving Jags content. The YouTube page is for you. We have a separate playlist called Brent and Austen Show Segments. It's Jags only conversations right there every day. Subscribe. Don't miss any Jags content. Action Sports Jacks.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to easily access Action News Jacks Now using your Roku device. First, launch Roku. Next, use the menu list to scroll down to the search feature. Then, use the remote to enter Action News Jacks into the search bar, and then click Action News Jacks thumbnail. Once you see this screen, go ahead and select Add App. Wait a few seconds for it to install. Once it finishes installing, press the star button on your remote and click on Move App or Move App to the top. Finally, select the app back on your home screen to open it. Now you can watch all the great content on Action News Jacks Now. Live daily breaking news.
We have breaking news happening right now in Clay County.
First alert weather and traffic.
Looks like we have a tornado warning. Let's take a look at that.
Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
We've got the Brent and Austen Show daily, live sporting events, and long-form interviews you can't see anywhere else.
And shows like Law and Crime and much more. And that's how you access Action News Jacks Now using your Roku device.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Stanwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is your home for high school football in the 904. Get ready for each week of action Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock with the Blitz Breakdown, talking everything high school football in the Jacksonville area. And when the lights get bright on Friday night, Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is there with live broadcasts of our game of the week and the Friday night Zone Blitz, giving you live looks into the biggest games in the area and coverage lasting until midnight. Here's the kick, the snap, the hold, the kick is blocked!
And they're going for the end zone, and they got a guy! Touchdown! And
Find these broadcasts available on YouTube, X, Facebook, and of course, ActionSportsJax.com. And the action doesn't stop there. Find even more high school football on the Action Sports Jax social channels with content posted throughout the week. When you're looking for the best high school football coverage in the 904, Action Sports Jax 24/7 is ready for the blitz.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Oh, great. We got to talk wrestling. Can we talk some golf, too?
Brent, we've been talking golf like the past couple weeks already. This was a good moment, actually.
Was it?
I got goosebumps. Yeah, I got a little chill.
Who is this?
We got Seth. Good call. We got Seth Rollins on the left, and we got Roman Reigns on the right.
I would have guessed Roman Reigns. I don't know if I got Rollins.
Yeah. Yep. This past weekend was SummerSlam. Check your illegal streaming local listings, because God knows we couldn't find it on whatever else it was streaming on.
Just on ESPN.
It was on
man.
ESPN. It was like
unlimited. The app.
Yeah, and how much does that cost in a month?
Oh, I don't know. My dad pays for it.
Yeah. Hey. So sorry that my dad's in Iowa. I haven't talked to him for 20 years, but I assume maybe get your dad's account then.
Your Uncle Brent pays for it too. Okay,
Yeah.
that's how I must
Brent,
have seen it.
Brent, can you get us the ESPN whatever unlimited?
I thought you already were on it.
No, not the unlimited. We had Plus.
Oh, I saw it on my
I think
app.
that's the same thing. Maybe not. I don't know.
I think it's different now. But yeah, that was the main.
see it.
That was the main event. And Crazy Hammy, I'm sure you watched it. Yeah.
Yep.
Little crazy how there was a couple subtle hints towards AEW superstar Dean Ambrose.
John Moxley.
Sorry. Well, they called him Dean Ambrose,
course.
though, on the game. But John Moxley in AEW, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, there was a couple things that was like leading to. I'm not gonna lie, Hamby. I thought he was gonna make an appearance last night.
I was
like the way they were like extending everything at the end.
So what's the deal? Is he at AEW now? Are they going to poach him or what?
Well, he's at AEW. I'm not sure what his contract looks like, but
he hates WWE.
Yeah, but they're making it seem like he's coming back. I'm just saying.
Well, that would have
so
been the
he
time.
was WWE.
Yeah.
He was
Yes.
okay.
Well, either that's the time, Hamby, or like down the line that's the time. But they're planting some seeds.
So did you think SummerSlam was good?
It was mid.
It was fine,
But
Nick,
they did just enough to keep me in it, man. They brought back Randy Orton, who's my favorite.
That was
dude.
cool. Kevin Owens
awesome.
was
They brought back
great.
Kevin Owens.
Hey, nothing beats like thanks for your service to the company. Chad Gable, a guy who's paid so many dues in his career through injury and doing gimmicks that were stupid and not liked. Nothing says like congratulations on your first solo championship, the Intercontinental Championship, like having to pound 2 root beers with the mug root beer bulldog mascot at the end. Dude literally had his family in there celebrating because it's in his hometown, Minneapolis, Minnesota. He's like, I grew up here. I still live here. My family's here. And they're a big reason why I'm the champion today. Goosebumps all over the place. And then all of a sudden, here comes a giant bulldog mascot. I'm like, oh, this is going to be like, I don't know, somebody like under the mask that's going to like jump him, and here's the next storyline. Nope. It was just the mug root beer bulldog that wanted to share some of his root beer with Chad Gable and celebrate him for the win. Like, you had the best moment maybe of the night in Chad Gable finally climbing the mountaintop. You couldn't ruin it. And then WWE goes, hold my mug root beer, watch us ruin it by having that stupid-ass mascot with his stupid-ass head get on the apron and like give him the cans of root beer. Stupid. Just stupid.
I can't get over the fact that
Hammy, can we get a picture of it quick?
For a
Thank
guy
you.
who says a lot of things funny from Rhode Island, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say root beer.
What else would you call it?
Root beer?
Huh?
I put a root in it.
Oh.
He's
Root
like more
beer.
root, kind of like roof.
Root beer.
You say roof or roof?
I say roof.
Huh.
Roof.
There are some people
root beer.
in like Ohio that say roof.
Get up on the rough.
You didn't think that he said root beer different?
No, I didn't hear it.
How'd I say it?
I thought it was more like root than root.
Yeah, I feel like I say root beer.
Wow, interesting. Which might be the way to say it.
I have no idea.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
caught that. Surprised you didn't.
There it is. There it is. Why? Looks like a cat, by the way, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just I'm like, oh, who's this gonna be? Is this gonna be Ethan Page or something? Like, getting ready to jump him? Nah.
My overall synopsis is I thought the booking as far as who won was great.
Sure.
I thought the matches sucked. But they like Chelsea Green finally won.
That was great.
That was awesome.
That was fantastic.
Chad Gable finally won. That was awesome.
That was cool.
Danhausen Kevin
won.
Owens. Well, Danhausen's very depending on what you think about him. That's about as split as it gets, but
you know what's really cool when you have one of the biggest heels of all time in your company, Dominic Mysterio, is so. If you watch that match, he's so over it. Like it's funny when you can tell some guys just over it, with like how they're being booked and everything.
Yeah.
Dom Mysterio's over it, as
tell.
he should be.
Yeah,
yeah. It was the first ever money on a polls match, Brent. And I'm not like that's what it was called. It was called the Money's on the Pole match.
Yeah, so pretty much
essentially just like the Corn Ferry Tour, right? Who really cares?
Forward,
It's very good.
What
though.
is
It's a good drop.
is the band gonna be there? No, then I don't care.
going forward, SmackDown just got really good though, because they have Kevin Owens and Punk.
Venmo is really gonna clear for Hamby here.
They have Sami Zayn and Gunther, and they have Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
so they have 6 of the top dudes all on SmackDown, and then Monday Night Raw is just going to be like, oh yeah, here's Roman Reigns, and what's Seth Rollins going to do?
He's still really roped in.
No, and it's cool to see, right? Like I thought we're done, Hamby. After SummerSlam, I thought we're done.
I'm watching tonight.
But I'm gonna say this though, the Kevin Owens CM Punk promos will feed families.
Oh, no doubt.
Because Kevin Owens, I feel like generally doesn't like CM Punk, and they're both kind of cut from the same cloth, just like two underdogs that somehow got it to the business. But Kevin Owens is like best friend with the Young Bucks from AEW, and we know how CM Punk feels about the Young Bucks from AEW. So expect AEW to get a lot more mentions in these promos.
Interesting.
Which is probably good for Tony Khan.
Probably good.
Right.
I have one quick question before we get to Foyer Luick and before our show runs out. The when's the last time WWE hit a home run with an event?
I mean, I thought John Cena's Saturday Night Main Event in December when he turned. Or no, that wasn't when he turned. When did he turn?
That was a random SmackDown, I think.
No.
I could have swore it was a random thing. Yeah, because it was leading up to the pay-per-view.
Whenever that was, I thought that was a home run.
Okay, so somewhat recently, but it just seems like a lot of the stuff is.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
mid,
when you say a home
mid
run,
is now
Brent,
good. You get excited about tonight's show or whatever next show.
It's gonna be
because of
mid.
Seriously, I'm just kind of keeping score on the wrestling from afar.
You're right.
But
and other news too, Brent. We had a dragon battle last night in House of Dragon. 3 dragons went at it in the Game of Thrones show. It was unreal, Brent.
Was it good?
Hey, Steven Spielberg, James Cameron, your AI can eat your heart out because I thought this was real dragon footage that they somehow got from the medieval times.
Chamber.
Okay.
Do you want me to hold your interview until tomorrow?
I mean, I can break down Game of Thrones if you want me to. Like the Foyer stuff's good, but man, the dragon on dragon action last because there's 3 of them. It was crazy, man.
People are looking forward to hearing it from Foyer.
Yeah, let's get to it. Sounds from camp. Safe and sound at your home with Metro Foundation Solutions, metrofoundationfl.com. Get a free estimate, 904-468-0454. Foundation Repair, Crawl Space, Gutter Solutions here in Northeast Florida and Central Florida. Give us a little heads up. You go deep into the weeds of X's and O's with Foyer or what?
Not really deep into the weeds, just some of my observations that I've seen the past couple months involving him and everything. We got a little deep into the weeds in terms of players. I had to wait an extra 30 minutes after practice because, Foyer's got to get his work in and everything. I almost thought about just joining him on the sled. I'm like, dude, if you're going to make me wait out here when it's kind of raining a little bit, I'll just come join you. But no, it's a great interview, man. He gives some Branson Combs. Is a big name that we've been talking about. Yeah. Let's see what Foyer Lucan's got to say about Branson Combs here as well. Austen Lane, Action Sports, Jack's first day at pads, joined by Foyer Lucan. Foyer, man, first day at pads, how'd it go today?
It was fun. Liked getting out there with the team and everybody flying around, being competitive. So I liked it. Obviously, there are things we have to clean up and keep our heads a little bit, but it's always a good day, first day getting out there.
When you talk about this defense and what you guys are bringing back, I mean, you guys are great at all levels. Like, what do you guys specialize in? Because I see a defensive line that's healthy now, that has some more pieces, a linebacking core that's anchored by you, and a safety group that, it's really deep as well. Where's your strength right now in this defense?
It's playing together. I mean, I like the defensive line. They're big guys. Just, when when we line up, and I'm looking at the huddle. I'm like, wow, these are big guys. But they plug up gaps. They can play 2 gaps and stuff, and then let us flow over the top, be a little bit more patient. Allows the safeties and stuff to play back. And then you talk about the safeties with their experience now, so they're allowed to make a lot of good communication, a lot of anticipation with routes and coverage responsibility. So I like what I'm seeing from them. Obviously, corners are ball players. They are ball players. We got some good DBs. So, and then me and the linebackers, we're just playing physical, making sure we're commanding the defense and getting everybody aligned in the right spots. But, get to the right spots and let's play football. So I think I just like how we play together as a team, though.
Speaking of linebackers of what you have, well, let's talk about what you lost real quick. Lloyd obviously was a big part of this defense last year with turnovers and everything. When we talk about that off-ball linebacker, what are you looking for to play next to you? What does this player have to be that starter on this defense?
Just fluidity, I would say. I think we got to be versatile together. If somebody's kind of taking a shot, somebody recover off of them. And then just being able to communicate within the down, what we're seeing on my side, your side, what to anticipate with emotion-wise, and then the next responsibility of coverage and stuff. But be able to, be that, cause Devin and I, we played together a long time. So he goes home, watch film. I know what he's kind of watching already, and then he's able to come to me the next day, ask, you seen this play? I'm like, yeah, I seen that play. And we're already talking about, problem, where the problem might be. So, a lot. I know Devin a great worker, but I know the guys in our linebacker room, good workers. We all want to be successful. So, if they feel like they got to start working on something, I'm sure I'll be pressing them like, all right, we're going to start doing this. And but we already taken like a lot of great steps and strides, and we're playing really good right now. So just keep expanding on that and keep growing together as a unit.
In the last episode of The Hunt, you were really featured a lot, and it really kind of showed off your GM prowess a little bit. When we talk about the Iron Jaguar, where, you've had a lot of success in that, your first pick of this year was actually Branson Combs, a guy who, going into training camp, people really didn't know about. Obviously, you saw a lot about him. Why did you make him your first overall pick in the Iron Jaguar, and what have you seen from him so far?
I like people with a lot to prove. I always have a lot to prove each and every year, but I know how I got started in this league, and there was a lot to prove each and every day. So I saw him, and he's being an undrafted guy. He got his chance last year on special teams. I like his athleticism, but I saw him working in the weight room, and, I try to keep it within the linebacker room. Ventrell, we were both doing with some a little, injury little thing, so we couldn't be on the same team. So I was looking for the next explosive guy, and I'm looking at Branson. I kind of like guys who talk shit to me a little bit each and every day. So I know they got a little chip on their shoulder. So I saw that, and I'm like, you know what? He coming in here to work every day and prove that he belongs here. And it's really that mindset that he took to all the lifts and stuff, and then took to the competitions, and look at him.
There's a few other guys, too, on the opposite side of the ball, maybe the enemies, if you will. You got Tootin on your team for the Iron Jaguar, and then Brian Thomas Jr. What did you see from those guys in the offseason that urged you to pick them as well?
Same kind of mindset. We got stuff to prove on my team, and I'm coming in every day, because that's kind of how I won it last year. People that want to put on this year and do their best, and then I can – they're kind of pushing me, and I'm seeing them getting better. I'm pushing them, and we're kind of working together as a team, because I know going forward for the rest of the year, we need each other to be able to challenge each other, push each other, talk to each other. So when I get guys with that kind of mindset, that means that's my kind of guy to be on my team. So it's worked out for me 2 years so far. You got to ask Coach Siano about how he counted the points for the tiebreaker. Really ask him. But we had success this year.
All right, I got 3 quick questions for you. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you have aspiration to be a GM or actually work in the front office one day, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So with that being said, give me one player on this team right now that no one's talking about that you think has a chance to really make an impact this year.
We have a lot of players like that. I always, I work with defense, so I'll keep it. I could do offense. Okay, but I like D. Ham. I like Eric Armstead. But those are kind of guys you know about. I always say Matt Dickerson. He got big ass hands. But he really, makes our team go when he's in the game. Holds off gaps for people. Kind of that team defense I'm talking about. Maybe not still show up in the stat sheet, but you need a guy that's like a grimy guy, gritty, grimy guy. Does enough effort guy too. But we are all kind of built like that on the defensive side. But he's somebody that people don't talk about that I love when I see him in the game.
All right, Timur, give me your definition as a GM as intangibly rich.
They're going to do stuff that's not, documented on a stat sheet. Okay. Sometimes I start to, I'll give you real shit. When I'm not talking, when you're people are like, oh, I do this, I do that. We start drawing back and forth, let's say Branson. It's I can jump higher than you now. I can do this and that. I say, hey, Branson, that's real good, man. I'm happy that you can jump your little And I'm pointing at my heart the whole time. Because I'm going to do what I need to do to win each and every rep. I don't really care what you got going on. I don't really care the stats or whatever, but I know what I got. Yeah. And, like, for some reason, this going to have me beat you. So people can do so much stuff in their roles and stuff, but for some reason, when I step on the field, I got something better. And it's my heart. So people that do everything for the team and somehow find ways to win, that's what intangibly rich is.
All right, one last question. Let's say you're going to be in the GM role one day. How do you feel about the franchise tag? And be honest.
As a GM or as a player?
As a GM. Well, I mean, but I'm saying like a GM, but being a former player. Okay, how do you feel about it as a player then?
When I was young?
No, I'm saying right now, like, you know, going into a GM one day, how do you feel about the franchise?
Secret sauce. When I was a young kid, I was broke.
Yeah.
You know, so I was real broke. So I was a kid, and I wasn't no first round, second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round. So you told me I was getting paid a lot for a year. Yeah. But if I earned more though, like, you kind of want to give money so you save it on the back end, because like if he costs more later. Yeah. Shit, so it's a little gymnastics they got to deal with. Like I trust them that they're making the right decisions and stuff, but you got to take some risks on some people, and sometimes you got to do the franchise tag rush. So I'm not a GM yet, so I'll let them make their decisions.
Okay, we'll make a decision. I got you, man. Boy, looking, appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right.
Good stuff. Yeah, that's really good stuff. He is in a tough spot there. Most players don't like the franchise tag at this stage of their career.
But if you're trying
as a GM, you're going to use it when you can use it.
Yes.
So. Good, really good stuff. I really like that answer about the intangibly rich too.
Yeah.
Really good answer. That was cool. And you're right about Combs. And Combs is a player that has obviously risen up everybody's radar. Mm-hmm. I'll say this about Foye, Austin. The thing about he plays his best football when he trusts that other guy.
Of course.
And everybody does. But I think it's noticeable sometimes. And at times in Devin Lloyd's career, I don't think he trusted exactly what Devin Lloyd was going to do. Mm-hmm. Last year, he trusted what Devin Lloyd was going to do because look at all the playmaking and everything, maybe some of Campanelli's system. And I think Foye plays at an extremely high level. Even at his floor, he's a really, really good player. But to get the best out of Foye, you need trust. I think that would be the one curiosity. Does he trust Ventrell Miller? Does he trust Branson Combs? Because they haven't had a ton of reps on Sundays together.
No, without a doubt. And I think, I thought it was really telling, too, when he was kind of breaking down intangibly rich and what it meant to him. And I thought it was a great line because, and he was absolutely right. Like, he got lost in the sauce last year a little bit because we were so enthralled with a guy like Devin Lloyd, right, who's got the pick six against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, who won him the football game and everything, interception here. But like that quiet, steady guy, that whole entire last season, we talk about the number one, run defense in the NFL. It was banked on by Foye Lukin, right? And maybe he's not going to win any 40-yard dash contests. Like he was talking about, maybe he's not going to win any vertical jump contests next to Branson Combs. But what he does have is this. And I wish you would have pointed here, too. Because in terms of between the ears, getting everybody set up and everything, like that's what a middle linebacker's got to be, man. And there's a reason why that this defense was respected last year, and there's a lot of hype around him this year. There's one guy that gets everybody set up in the place where they're supposed to be. And that guy's Foye Lukin.
Good stuff. Here's the deal. I'll let you think to the rest of your day on this. He might be the most irreplaceable guy on defense.
Because, it's crazy to say, but yeah.
And again, where would you go on that list? Well, you're going to go Josh Hines-Allen and a Trayvon. Yeah, I get it. But what they have to replace him on the roster, how they replace him, to get everything lined up, and that quarterback of the defense, I mean, you can make the argument, I think, that Foye Lukin is the most difficult guy to replace. All right, how about our recycled headlines of the day coming out of camp? First day with pads here on a Monday in the Brent and Austin Show. RepublicServices.com. Make sure you do what you're supposed to do with your lithium batteries when you throw them away. And you need a tutorial on that? We probably all do. RepublicServices.com/lithium batteries. Beware, you don't want to cause fires in your home, in your garage, in your trash cans, and garbage trucks. You can prevent it. Just go to republicservices.com/lithium batteries for our recycled headlines. Here's Action Sports.
That's a wrap on a Monday morning here at the Miller Electric Center. The first day of Jacksonville Jaguars training camp with full pads, and that's a big step as you move closer and closer to the regular season. The players get to start hitting each other, get to play actual football, right? They finally put the pads on, and it was nice. We did have a little bit of rain come through, but they actually kept the offensive and defensive linemen out here on the field in the rain to perform their drills. And It's a lot of fun when you get to watch the big guys in the trenches finally get to be in their element, in the elements. In this case, Eric Armstead looked really good. Rook Orororo. Both of those interior defensive linemen were really pushing the O-linemen off the ball quite a bit. So fun to see them get a chance to go and showcase their skill set while the skill guys were inside the indoor as it was raining, throwing some passes. So something to look forward to when real football arrives. It's getting closer and closer. For now, at the Miller Electric Center, Stuart Weber, Action Sports Jacks.
All right, Weber. Good stuff out there today from Action Sports Jack's team, and First and 10 training camp coming up tonight, 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30. Practice is not open to the fans tomorrow. There are a few that are not open, and tomorrow is one of them. Then they're off on Wednesday. It's not open Thursday. The next open practice is actually Friday, where they'll do a mock game on Friday morning. A little bit different than that old stadium game and practice. Not doing that this year, so it'll be on Friday morning instead. And, hey, we're like in 8 days we'll be in New Orleans for the first preseason game. So it's going to move pretty quick. All right, have a good Monday, everybody. Good stuff with Foye Alukin. If you missed it, you can always go back and listen to the podcast, and make sure you check us out on all the social media channels as well. Have a good Monday.
Attention Jacksonville drivers, we heard you loud and clear. You told us oil changes were taking too long, and we listened. That's why we're proud to introduce our brand new Nimnik Express service. We've added additional staff so you can get your oil change without ever having to book an appointment. Just pull into our express lane and we'll take care of it. In the neighborhood, running errands, just realized you're overdue? Just stop on in. No appointments, pull in, get out, get going. Nobody but Nimnik.